Jeff Traylor, head football coach at UTSA, joins us. Of course, they have a bowl game coming up this weekend. Jeff also will be and has been announced that he's a part of, we know, the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame that will be inducted in May, but also now a part of the Texas High School Coaches Association Hall of Honor for his time and what he did at Gilmer. Thanks for your time. Congratulations on that. And you're now a double whammy Hall of Famer, buddy.
Yeah, I think they're all my buddies forever, David, and I think they know I had a rough season in September and October when those decisions were made, and we got hot until the end of November, and we're playing really good right now. So I don't know that they would have put me in if I hadn't started off so rough. They're probably just afraid I was down so much. They're trying to give me a pick-me-up.
So a little sympathy honor, but no, you earned it. Jeff, I know you could go on forever about where we are with college football. I've seen you talk about it, GJ talk about it, others talk about it, even some of the head coaches of the larger schools who are having people poach them while they're poaching everybody else. How can this ever change?
It's really not that complicated. You got an academic calendar that we're pretending like we're all honoring, which we are. That's what's got the transfer portal where it is. And we've got a football calendar of bowls and playoffs competing against each other. And you're going to either have to make the academic calendar match the football calendar, or you've got to make the football calendar match the academic calendar. We're done. It's just that simple.
Don't give a simple solution to a complicated problem, Jeff. They don't want to hear that. That's the problem, right? Is they're not looking at it that way. Also, what would be the problem with getting a waiver, for somebody to take online classes at one school while they transfer to another one? Is that too problematic?
Well, what you have is you don't have leadership, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever you don't have somebody over it for the head of the whole game, and you have, let's be honest, there's so many people with their hand in the cookie jar. The presidents have their concerns, right? The presidents are about the academic calendar. I mean, they're trying to run a school where, ESPN and the guys that are paying the bills, they want the most viewers watching the game. So there's got a lot of people that are competing for the right to make the decision, and we're trying to make everybody happy, and in the end, we're really making nobody happy.
Coach, how much has it changed bowl time for your program, a time that typically you'd have the young players get their reps, and you'd have all these different things that you can accomplish with these extra practices? Has it drastically changed that? Because especially for someone like you, you're having to constantly look over your shoulder and make sure those guys that are practicing are actually going to be there, by the time the next semester starts up.
Well, that's the bad luck for me is we lost all those senior kids early in the year. We lost some of our very best seniors on offense, right? And had to put in all those young guys, which took us a little while to get going. Well, now we're one of the top 25 countries in the top 25 offenses in the country. We're playing really, really good football right now with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores that are getting tampered with every day, right? So now I'm going to play on the 23rd, and those same freshmen and sophomores are going to go out there and just ball out. And I know good and well they'll get tampered with the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th until the portal closes. Now, I don't think I'll lose any of them. I don't, because we're all so close and we're paying them as much money as we can here at UTSA. But that's just the new world we live in. I think we legalized tampering somewhere along the way. I think we just said it's okay. I think we don't even worry about it anymore.
I mean, that's what it's going to feel like, right? Is that, people are getting tampered with, and then you say, well, what are you going to do about it? And they're like, they just kind of shrug their shoulders, don't they?
Well, you really can't prove it anymore because you've got third-hand parties dealing with all of it. And I'm not even sure the coaches know anymore. I'm not even sure the coaches really know that the kids are being tampered with. I believe the agents are the ones doing the tampering, and the only way they're going to make money is for those kids to get in the portal and get their 20% or their 10% out of those kids' checks.
You have mentioned how UTSA needs to step up, and they have tried. There's only so much they can do. other schools that are not maybe a part of getting that huge revenue money later on when it starts up, whatever that might be. How long before some school, you think you'll ever see a school that just say, screw it, we can't do this anymore?
Oh, yeah. I think you're going to start seeing some of that. I really do. That would not surprise me at all, David. I don't know. I've not heard of that yet, but I could see how that could happen. I really could.
Coach, on the field,
I'm sorry, you just don't participate in revenue sharing. You just say you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Now, that's where the leagues are going to come in. Like our league, Tampered is on record to AAC. There's going to be a minimum to be in our league. You've got to put up this much money in your revenue sharing or you're not going to be in their league. So I could see there being pressure from the leagues as well to make sure their leagues are competitive. That's when these schools will have to decide. Because in July of 25, UTSA is now on the hook for how much we're going to pay our own players. And our president and our AD are on record saying we're going to revenue share. And so that's where I think they're going to start feeling, to David's point, a lot of this pressure these coaches have been feeling. And then what David said might come true. Somebody might just say, we're not doing this.
Yeah. We're going to start playing in the others. Maybe even relegate yourself. I don't know. You hope to not see that, but it wasn't something I wanted to ask you about. Craig?
Coach, on the field, where I know it's much more your place of happiness. It's a very up and down year at times for you, but as you mentioned, you had a very young team, a lot of guys who were playing a lot for the first time, and by the end of it, you guys are in the postseason once again with some big wins and some big moments. Just how would you describe this season for the 2024 UTSA Roadrunners?
Oh, I would just like you described it. I mean, I think it was more down and then way up here late. We played really good football the last 6 weeks. And we've had our O-line stay pretty steady now for a while. You know, we lost our center, Lopez, early in the year for the season. We lost our left guard, Vinley Tufu, early in the season, all-conference football player. Lost our right tackle, Makai Hart, for the season, all-conference football player. Oscar Cardenas, the legendary tight end here, has played, forever for us for the season. And pretty much we've been steady now up front. So we're running the ball better now. We've got a really good young quarterback, really good young tight ends, good young wide receivers. And we're just being steady. And we're playing good football at the right time of year. And really glad that my kids could pull this together for our 5th consecutive bowl. It's crazy 5 years have gone by this fast, but 5 consecutive bowls for the Roadrunners is something we're very proud of.
What do you think about the Chanticleers that you're playing this week? This is a really good team now that they've got some guys that are out that are in the portal, but they just seem to kind of reload and they're always competitive.
Another team that's been to 5 straight bowls.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty remarkable. And Tim has done a good job there, Beck, and a lot of guys on that staff I've known forever. Defensive coordinator Craig Niver, and I'm excited about them. Now look, we're the fascinating team. I doubt y'all know this. We're undefeated at home. We're like 29-3 in 5 seasons at the Alamo Dome, but we have not won a game on the road this season. And we're the only bowl team that drew. That's where Coastal is. Myrtle Beach Bowl is Coastal Carolina's home. So we are the road team again. So can the Roadrunners finally win a road game in 2024?
Yeah, that's a great no. Yeah, the Roadrunners. I mean, you gotta be good on the road with the name Roadrunners. When something like that happens, where there's a unique circumstance, like you're not very good at home, like the Cowboys this year, right? You're not very good at home, or you're not very good on the road. What do you sort of attribute that to, and what kind of a uniqueness is there where something like that just doesn't seem to go your way? Is there anything that's like the button that you push that the reason why, or is it just sometimes that's just the way that the team's, I guess, formed? I don't know.
No, I think it always gets down to you can't run the football, and we have not been great at running the football. We're not bad at running it right now on 1st and 2nd down. But when everybody in the building, when David fixes the second guessing you for throwing a play action pass on 3rd down and 1,
right,
or you're throwing a naked on 4th down and 1, he's in the stands going, well, why is he not just running inside zone and getting the first down? Or run the tush push. Well, I mean, that's what's frustrating. That's 4-minute offense. That's red zone. And we've had big leads on the road and blown them because we couldn't run it late. And we've been terrible on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 this year. And I would say that's it in a nutshell. You got to be able to run the football. And we've gotten way better at it. If you look at the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, we're rushing for about 200 a game again. You look at the first 6 weeks, we're hitting about 80 or 90 a game. You can't win when you can't run the ball.
You you lost that game by 1 to Tulsa, then went on a stretch of winning 3 in a row. Memphis, North Texas, both of them very good. They're bowl teams. Then you had the win against Temple. Before the win against Memphis, and we saw what they did last night to West Virginia, what were you like at that time? Were you fun to be around at all?
No, and then the day of the game, David, my best receiver had his baby, and he did the right thing, and he didn't come to the game. And so now I already had we had three scholarship receivers that day on the field, and those 3 kids could not have played crazier. They played incredible that day. It would have been a hard time anybody beating us that day. We played incredible, and one of the best wins we've had. First, believe it or not, all the winning we've done here, it's the first top 25 win we've had in the history of our school. That I didn't even know we hadn't done that yet. So, and then North Texas only had 1 loss, and then Army had no losses at that time. So if you looked at what we had to do in the month of November, there wouldn't have been many people betting on the Roadrunners going to a bowl berth.
Is having a player have to go for the birth of a baby the least powerful, the most powerless you can feel over a situation as a coach, where you're like, well, look, I mean, you can't schedule out these things like that.
Well, where that gets you, obviously, if you could plan around it. Those things, when they happen the day of the game, it's like an injury. Mm-hmm. You're just not prepared for it. Like those are tough. But man, Willie did the right thing. He did the right thing. I'm happy for him. Daughter's doing great, and he'll always look back at that decision and be proud of his decision. And it just so happened the very same time my son Jordan was having his first son, and he was having to deal with it. Like, Dad, what happens if Sierra has this baby when we're about to play for the Saints? I was like, son, that's the question you're going to have with you and your organization. I mean, you got to decide what's right for you and your family, and you got to hope your organization backs you in that moment. And luckily for Jordan, his son wasn't on a Sunday, so that worked out better for him. Willie's wasn't that way. We had to get through it, and we did.
Jeff, you've won everywhere you've been. Has this been your best coaching job?
I don't feel like it, because I thought we had a 10-win team, and I thought we could compete for a conference championship. I really did, and we didn't get there. And, we played for a conference championship the last game of the season every year we've been here, except for this one. And now if you watched our Army game, it was like a conference championship. Mm-hmm. It was 2 heavyweights going at it. And I'm just disappointed, David. I'm crushed. If I can hold on to all my young kids on offense, we'll be really good next year. Now I've got to go replace an entire defense. Those guys have been playing for me forever. And I'm losing, all 11 starters. And I know one of them is a underclassman, but he's declaring for the league. He's going to be fantastic. Zay Frazier, another great corner that UTSA has developed. And if there's any great corners out there wanting to be developed, you got a home here at UTSA.
So you have people rating your roster and tampering. How do you, while you're getting ready for a bowl game, try to react to it yourself while trying to find your players?
I literally had an official visit with a quarterback exit meeting that ended at 4:04 because I told him David Smoke was calling me at 4:05. I mean, you just don't stop. It never stops. I just told my general manager, I've been blessed, David. You've kept up with my career forever. In my 20 seasons as a head coach, I've played to the end of December almost all of them, to be very frankly honest with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, for sure 10 times. We were in 5 state championships, 5 bowls. So there's 10. That's half your career. Every year we played past Thanksgiving at Gilman. We were blessed there. And I can remember always telling people, I have nothing left in the tank. There's no way I can do anything else. And now you're managing an entire roster. You're the lead fundraiser. You're the general manager. And you're the owner as well, because you're the one making all the decisions. Yeah. So it's just crazy what we're all going through right now. But the kids are perfect. The kids are wonderful. The adults have messed this up, David. This is not the kids. The kids have been put in this position by the adults.
Yeah, I saw. I forgot who it was. He's been like six different. Tim Beck was saying that, but also 6 different AD. He had been an AD at 6 different schools. Kevin White, I think it was. Maybe I'm wrong on the name, but he said, I'm blaming myself and everybody else that's a part of the ones who were supposed to be the leadership of college football, letting this get to the point. And the NCAA waiting too late until then. They just lost everything in the law in the courtroom or lawsuits. Man, I wish you the best of luck. Appreciate your time. Has the couch stayed clean? We always end up with that when to close out an interview with you.
She's got so many blankets on it now. I mean, you won't even see the couch. There's probably 6 layers of blankets on top of the white couch. I just have given up. I go upstairs to my old faithful brown leather couch in my man room, and I don't even fight it anymore. I've waved the white flag, David.
Well, that's a smart man that you are. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on the Hall of Honor, and look forward to seeing you in May here in Waco. Look forward to it. Thanks for your time.
You're always the best, David. God bless. Birds up.
Thank you. Birds up. That's Jeff Traylor, head coach at UTSA. So